I am the Red Cyclone! Ah!
Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better by Square podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans. I'm here with Merc with the mic.
Man, forgetting your name?
No, I was watching something, so I kind of, man. I'm watching two not athletic people play basketball because it's funny. So,
You know what you should see? You should see Big E versus Hornswoggle.
what? Is it close? Is Hornswoggle secretly really good?
You just see Big E like pushing, like he's like pushing him back with his butt.
That's
You
not,
see Hornswoggle trying to block him. It's hilarious.
that's not fair. All right.
It's hilarious.
I will
Or
look
he's
at it.
getting his butt meat in his face.
I will look at it.
His undercarriage in his face.
Poor guy.
It was funny.
Don't take advantage of people like that, Biggie.
Yeah.
You better than that.
It was funny. But yeah, it's something to watch.
Okay. All right. No, I didn't figure who I am. I'm just currently distracted. It's really bad. I gotta stop looking at it. So there's a lot of new things coming out this week.
Yeah.
A lot of things that came out last week that we're going to talk about.
Yes.
One in particular, Sonic, the MF and Hedgehog, has a movie. It's a real movie. It's done. You can't take it back.
Yeah.
It happened, and guess what? It's good.
It's actually fucking great.
Who
I
would've thought,
loved
right?
it. I loved it.
This is what everybody's saying, and it's surprising. It's super surprising because I will say Sonic gets a terrible rap because unfortunately not all his games are stellar.
Or shows.
Yeah, this is true.
Sonic
Well,
Underground.
yeah,
Sonic Underground.
Sonic X. I don't like Sonic X.
I don't like Sonic. You know what? Sonic X has a fan base though. Sonic X has a big fan base, and a lot of people like that show. I can't get into it. I hate that little fucking
And,
guy.
I was too old for it.
I want to punch that kid in the face.
Yeah, that was that. I didn't like the kid. Speaking of,
Yeah.
this movie has a human element. So, but I'll let you get into it, Mark. But apparently, that human element doesn't get in the way.
So one of my biggest things with this movie, and I was talking to this with Jinkies, was because I went with Jinkies and his family, and we all went to see Sonic. And one of the things I actually really loved, and I just seen the movie in the theaters and stuff like that. I've never heard like a fan reaction, like a kid's like so excited for the next movie kind of thing, until the end of Sonic. Like kids got out their seat and like cheered for like the last scene, and I was like, "That's fucking cool. That is cool."
I didn't even see that when I went to see the Pokemon movie.
Yeah. So I thought that was actually really cool. Like it was like kids got like the movie was an adrenaline rush. It was like really fast, really high pace, and it was just fun visually. It was just fun to watch. They did take some ideas from other things, like they took the Quicksilver scene from X-Men, like when he goes fast, everything stops, and he's just moving things with it.
Okay.
They did the same thing, and it makes sense. It made perfect sense.
It's Sonic. Why not? You gotta
But
go fast. Did anybody say gotta go fast?
he did.
Okay.
He did.
All right.
He did. He said gotta go fast. There's a lot of Easter eggs. There's a lot of fan love. There's a lot of things that they did in this movie that just made you happy and just made you.
Did he ever have an accident and go, whoa? Like the game, you know, when he dies in the game.
Yeah.
But I mean specifically the side because that's such a specific thing.
So,
Wow.
like, all right. So talk. You know what? I just want to get this question before we go into it. What was your first experience with Sonic?
The first one on Genesis.
First one on Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
What was your reaction to it?
There was actually a Master System version of Sonic 1 that came out later than that one, but I never got to play that one. But yeah, Sonic 1.
Sonic 1, I think, was my favorite first game as well. Like, that was the first game I got with the Genesis. That's when it came with it.
Oh, I lucked out. I didn't buy it when it first came out. I got Streets of Rage 2.
Okay.
That's a hell of a game to get.
Yeah. So I got Sonic 1 with my Genesis, and that was the first experience I had with Sonic, and I was in love. The style, the game, the music in the game, I think what sold me into being a fan of Sonic. And then throughout the years, I just always been a fan of Sonic. I always wanted a good game from Sonic. Always wanted. And then I got really into the comic books, and the comic books are really fucking good. And they ran for such a long. I think it's the longest running kids comic to this day.
Doesn't Archie count?
No, because Archie's not a kids comic.
Archie's not. Oh shit, it wasn't.
No,
No, right. It was like a young adult. No, yeah, that age group, right? Teenagers, young adults.
Yeah.
That had the love triangle with. Okay.
Yeah. So Sonic been running strong.
How could it not be a kids book?
But Sonic been running strong since 1993.
I didn't actually like the first game. I thought it was
I like the first game. I like the music. I think the second game was the everything though.
That I won't give any shit to. The music in Sonic 1 is still really good.
Yeah.
I think what was the zone? Spring. I think it's Spring Zone.
Spring
Yard Zone.
Spring Yard, yeah.
Because Starlight has different music, but Spring Yard Zone that was one of the first games where the music made me go, "What? That's not video game music at all."
Yeah.
Like I knew even then, like this is not just bleeps and bloops and stuff. So that at least I got from it. But where I actually liked Sonic was Sonic 2.
Yeah.
Because I like Tails, I like the spin dash. I'm kind of a mechanics guy when it comes to games, and that game felt better than 1. So that's why I liked it, and I like the music again.
You know what I would like them to do, like a Mario All Stars of the whole Sonic series, just like add the spin dash to the first game, just to see how it will play and shit.
You know, I would like them to do not just that, but like go all the way and have all what is it, 4?
Yeah.
3, 4 games, all 4 games together, and then have a big remix mode where you can go through all of them in order.
Okay.
And then if you could do that way, so if you wanted to, you can play the pure unedited versions, right?
Yeah.
And then also you could play what would be cool is to give 1 the spin dash.
Yeah.
Have actually properly integrated Tails if you want it, and a properly integrated Knuckles. Like I would like those first 4 games.
Yeah.
To like have a special thing where they can do that. That would be cool.
Like a full remastered remake of those games together.
Do it All Star style, because remember All Stars had like custom title screens.
Yeah.
The way you could pick the games was cool. Like everything about All Stars is kind of like it's super top tier.
Yeah.
Like, even to this day, I don't think a lot of games that have multiple entries in a series have ever done a collection as good as that.
Yeah.
Maybe Crash Bandicoot, because I will give props for them.
The only thing I'll say with the All Stars, they made Mario 3 easier.
True, but they also did give you the option to play the super hard lost levels.
Yes.
So they give it and they take it away. Well, also there was unique sprites too. That's the thing that drives people crazy. But anyway.
Yeah. But so Sonic, my first experience with Sonic 1, I remember actually that was the first game I think I finished on the Genesis as well. I remember just being unique compared to the other games I was playing at the time, and I just fell in love with the character. I think I got more into the fandom because the cartoon, the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog and the Sonic on Channel 7. I think they came out during the time of Sonic 2. And I got really I loved the cartoons. I loved, like, it was Steve Urkel talking Sonic, and they had 2 different versions. They had a Adventure, which was more serious, and Adventure was more cartoony and Looney Toony and comedy, and then you had Sonic the Hedgehog, which was a bit more serious tone cartoon, which was more onto the comics as well.
I don't understand where the hell that came from. Like, to this day, I don't know who greenlighted that Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon.
I love
it.
Makes
no sense. It's great because it's my style of humor, but it makes no sense to me with that character. He was nothing. It just didn't fit. But I love. You know what I really like though? I like more the personalities are Robotnik and the robots in that show.
Yeah.
That, like, hands down shine through, because I will say, if you, not to compare the two, but even compared to the other show,
Yeah.
Robotnik took more of a backseat and was just a menacing villain
Yeah.
in the other show. And that one, he was more of like a central figure. They showed him every episode doing something. Every episode they had like him and his, what were they, Scratch and
and
I forgot what the drill one was.
yeah, I think Scratch and
I think his name was Grinder. I'm not sure.
Grinder. I
Something
forget the name.
Grinder?
I think we talked about this before too. The
We brought them up before, yes. That's why I remember Scratch, because Scratch is the chicken. I don't remember the monkey's name either.
No,
They
I
had
don't remember.
his name was like
Sure.
Coconut.
But yeah, I liked the cartoons a lot. I thought they were fun.
And it had good voice acting. That was the thing. Both of them had good voice acting.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell who the other characters were. I think Jim Cummings was the voice actor. Jim Cummings
Yeah.
was the voice of the Adventures robot.
Robotnik? No, Long John Barley was Dr. Eggman
On which one? 'Cause remember,
on
there's two.
Adventures.
You sure you're not getting?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right now,
Okay.
and I'm trying to get the characters. I know Coconuts is the monkey.
That it was close.
Scratch and Grounder.
So why does it have? Which one did he play? Which robot did Jim Cummings? Because it says he does he was the Channel 7 one.
He probably did the Channel 7 one.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because it was not this one.
Because just in case you don't know why I bring him up, because he's the voice of a lot of iconic characters.
And the
Like,
funny shit is, both
Tigger.
these cartoons took place the same time too.
yeah, that's super interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he's a lot of characters.
He was
A lot.
Jim Cummings talked to him in the 91 cartoon.
Damn, I just see that he's Pete and then Goofy, like in that series of Goofy shows. Like, what? He was Pete? Wow. Damn, dude.
Yeah. So moving on. So the movie itself was I really enjoyed a lot of the movie. I thought it was fun. I think they did enough that made me, the fanboy of Sonic, jump for joy and was just happy to see. And then they had everything for the new crowds of everything as well. One thing I like about it, because you get a lot of the human CGI movies, like you have like Scooby-Doo, you have like Garfield, you have the Smurfs, you have Alvin and the Chipmunks. In that sense, they always had like the protagonist as the human being more of the front end,
Okay.
and then the character just picking the side. Like honestly, like Smurfs, you had like Neil Patrick Harris being the main star of the movie, so the story was morely on him, and the Smurfs was just there.
It's just again a point. Did they have any, like, I'm trying to think. Because this is a starting point, right?
Yeah.
Like again, I don't want to ask things to spoil a movie, but like I'm trying to think of like stuff from. So, what references from the games, without getting too spoilery, did you notice up front?
Oh, Green Hill Zone, how they use the rings.
Okay.
The rings in general are in the movie. Sonic speed and how he runs, how he does the spin dash, and what he does, how the spin dash works for him.
Here's a question: when he gets hit, does a ring fly out of him?
There was one scene when he got hit and all the rings fell. So when he got hit, you heard the ding.
Did it look like he dropped his change?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, really?
Yeah, they
All right.
actually had the scene of that. Yeah, that was a great. I actually laughed at that.
Okay, good.
You know, one thing I thought was missing out of it, of him being underwater,
Really?
like just having that scene.
Yeah. Okay.
But other than that, they did a really good job. I think that, like, again, I was talking about the movies that kind of did the same kind of thing with the human CGI interaction and shit like that. Most movies will take it usually the human actors are the main stars, and then the CGI is the counterpart. Sonic was the star in this movie.
Okay.
Hands down was the star. He was in every scene. He took front and center. He was the star of this movie, and that's something I loved about this movie.
Good.
And Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is fucking fantastic in this movie. If you love old school Jim Carrey, you love comedy Jim Carrey, and there's a lot of Easter eggs with him too, because like Sonic says a line from Dumb and Dumber.
Really?
Just like how Jim Carrey said it, like, you know, the scene when he's complaining about wanting to go to Aspen, and he's like, our pets' heads are falling off. He did that whole scene, but with a fish on his head. Like, but I got a fish on my head.
Okay.
Yeah, so he did the whole, like, kind of the same way that Jim Carrey Jim Carrey will do it. Jim Carrey is fantastic in this movie. He was a very fun character, very, like, douche. He was a douchebag. But it was fun. It was really fun. I recommend everyone go see it. Take your family, go see it. It's like the only family movie out right now, so which I think was the bonus thing of it making money, it beating Birds of Prey, because it's the only family film out.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I think they did a good job. Like, it's just a fun movie. I don't want to go into spoilers because it just came out. I would like the people to go see it. So honestly, I'll probably do a full review of the movie down the road, and when actually people go see and watch it. But yeah, it was a fun experience. It was nice to see the crowd get so excited for like the movie and everything like that. Like the jokes are great, especially like I think there's scenes with James whatever his name is, the dude that plays Cyclops, and Jim Carrey.
James Marsden.
Yeah, so him and Jim Carrey had some scenes together, and they were just funny. They were just really fucked dumb.
Okay.
But
Cool.
Jim Carrey just, like, he thought he was superior to everyone, and the way he acted and the way he did things, it was just fucking fantastic. The character was made for him. I think, like, honestly, I don't think I could see anyone else playing Dr. Robotnik the way he did.
I mean, not now, no. But I mean, if they did have a fat guy that could, I could probably see a fat guy being Robotnik.
And they kind of explain why Sonic calls him Eggman.
Oh, they go into that.
Well, he called him Eggman because all his machines are shaped as eggs.
Oh, that's what they say in this in the movie universe.
Yeah, so Sonic in the movie itself, Sonic has nicknames for everybody, like because he don't know them personally, so he knows them as what they do or what he sees them do. So he calls the cop Cyclops. He calls him Donut King.
Okay.
Because he always catches him talking to himself to a donut.
Really?
He calls his girlfriend Pretzel Lady because he always gets a pretzel.
Really?
So he has names for them. So him seeing all these little gadgets, he always thought they looked like eggs. So he started calling it Eggman because the fucking egg, they all look like eggs.
Okay. All right. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because did they ever explain why Robotnik, or does he not
His
even
shape.
own up to that?
His
Like,
shape.
thing?
Yeah, it's the shape. Yeah.
No, does he like eggs? Did they explain that on his end? Like
No.
why his machines look like that?
No, it's just that's the way he made them. That's the way he's supposed to be this technical like advanced guy and shit like that. Like he's supposed to have like a 300 IQ and things like that. So basically, he made things like he trusts the machines more. He trusts his people. So he has this thing with him and like that. But I don't think he had like a per se of why he made them look like that. It's just that's how they happen to look like.
Okay, it was just more Sonic. It was just like that looks like an egg.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
But it was a very fun movie, very entertaining. They bring in the chili dog scene and everything like that. So
I got a question: are there any robots with mustaches?
no,
Okay.
no mustache, man. Yeah.
No, because some of the robots have mustaches. Not necessarily it has to be Eggman. Okay, so go ahead.
The minor things I'll say that is not like in the movie that's in the games, like the animals being inside the robots, things like that. They didn't do.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Exactly. So I understand that why they didn't do that, but other than that, like it was a fantastic movie, fun movie for kids and everything like that. Fun for adults, like you enjoy it as hell too because it just brings back memories, nostalgic of Sonic as well.
Well, what do you think about somebody who has no affinity for Sonic? They
He's
just
fun.
like, I want to see this Sonic movie.
He's a fun movie. He's a fun character.
Okay.
He's like a fun in-your-face character that like will make you laugh. He's kind of like a Looney Tune-ish character.
Oh,
So
all
he
right.
has a lot of jokes. He does a lot of funny things. He's just silly. Like he's just like a wild hyper kid that doesn't really get out much, but he's just trying to show off and things like that. And that's kind of what you got Sonic for.
Okay, cool.
And it was fun. It was really fun. Definitely go see it.
So you 100% recommend this movie?
Yes, I do. 100%.
Cool.
I might go see it again Tuesday.
Ah, got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
I enjoyed it that much. I gotta take Jackie to see it because she hasn't seen it yet.
Okay. Cool.
But it was good. It was good.
As long as it was good. I just wouldn't. It wouldn't sit right with me if the movie was like a failure or like it was bad. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't bad.
Me too.
That's my thing. Because, like we were saying before, Sonic's history is kind of spotty
Yeah.
with the video game medium. Not every game that Sonic made or Sonic stars in was hot fire. So
Yeah.
I'm glad the movie was at least a very enjoyable time.
Me too.
Do you have a favorite Sonic the Hedgehog game?
Two.
Do you have a least favorite Sonic the Hedgehog game that you played?
06.
Okay. I hate the one. I technically count. What is his name? Shadow the Hedgehog as a Sonic game,
Okay.
and that is the worst Sonic game I've ever played.
Okay.
It's terrible. Awful.
Yeah, Sonic 2 was my favorite. Sonic 2 was my favorite. Sonic Mania, I think, goes very close to Sonic 2.
Okay.
Sonic
Did you get the play CD?
Sonic Mania is probably the best Sonic game to date.
Did you ever get to play CD?
I did play CD, and I got confused the shit out of how to play it, but then once I got the hang of it, I liked it.
Okay. Gotcha.
I played it a lot like the first game, though.
I think that's the one game I don't have.
I have
Or
them all.
played.
Yeah, sold on the
I don't
Xbox.
have Sonic CD. Excuse me, Sega CD. And I've never had that. Is that on any collection?
360. Wait, is it? It might be on the Sega Master Collection.
All right.
Is the last one that came out on Genesis? On PS4? I think it's on there. If not, they do have it on the market.
I know it's on PC. That's the only thing.
I have it on the Xbox 360, so it's on. And it's backwards compatible. So like, I think it's actually on the Game Pass as well.
That's cool. All right.
Because Sonic and Knuckles is on it too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What do they do to it? Is it like just straight up the? Okay. Do you
It's
know
the
what
game.
version of the game it is? Because is it like those? Remember when they came out on the Xbox Live, like as little separate games and stuff?
Yeah.
Is it like that version, or is it part of like a collection? Or do you
No,
know?
it's a separate game.
Really? Okay. Wow.
They did all the Sonic games like that.
See, I didn't know they brought them up. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Cool. Okay.
Even Adventures 2, they did all of them.
So you can get those separately now?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. I thought you had to like own the GameCube version.
Like I said, if you have a Game Pass, they all on there.
Oh, not 06 too, right?
Probably, sadly.
Oh, geez.
Don't do that one though. If you have a beautiful, easily to play Sonic 2 there, don't play Sonic 06. I like Sonic 3 too. Sonic 3 was good. Sonic 2 was my favorite though.
What's the other one?
Sonic 3.
No, you said the Adventure 2 you liked? Oh, you
No,
didn't like-
I love my favorite two are Mania, Sonic Mania, and Sonic 2.
You didn't. You said you didn't. I remember we were talking about it before, but I don't think we recorded about it. You said you didn't like Adventure 1, right?
I didn't like Adventure 2.
Oh, okay, okay.
I didn't mind Adventure 1. Adventure 2 I did not like.
Gotcha. Okay.
Stupid Knuckles.
Knuckles.
And Rouge the Bat.
No bueno. They had good music, though.
Even though a lot of people love Rouge the Bat for other reasons.
Unfortunately, yeah. Anthropomorphized.
Yes.
Anthropomorphized.
Way too many.
Animal?
I see too much. Talking about movies.
Not here to judge.
Talking about movies. We are doing a verdict of Man of Steel this week for our DCU
Yes.
viewings. We do going through all the DCU movies, starting with Man of Steel. We watched that this week.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Well, we could get into it because it's gonna be a deep dive.
Okay.
So the beginning act of the movie, because I got to watch maybe the first 2/3 of the movie. I didn't get to see the end.
Okay.
I got up to the part where they fought, and then after that, I didn't get to watch. But I saw the movie before, so
Okay.
There's a lot of things visually that bother me about the movie in retrospect. Before I didn't mind it because I saw it in the theater.
Okay.
But seeing it again, like not in the theater, this is stuff that really bothers me. I cannot stand that zooming and the lens flares. There's way too much of that stuff throughout the entire movie. At one point, it takes me out of the part where Superman is flying around and having fun.
Yeah.
And they zoom in like you can't see him. I'm like, what? Like it's used as a tool to show importance during the movie, and it just threw me off a lot.
I agree with that.
And there's this odd filter when they're on Krypton that it looks like almost sepia tone over everything, like a dirty sheen. Like it's almost over the entire movie. Like that movie looks like it's shot to be darker overall.
Yeah.
Like there's lots of outside, but something about it just looks darker.
It just looks like a rainy day every day.
Yeah, almost. Sunshine, but you like standing there like, oh man, it's about to rain in a few hours. Like, how can I tell? I don't know why.
You think Metropolis is in Seattle?
Yeah. I there's a few things with the Escape from Krypton.
Yeah.
Why was Russell Crowe a badass that he was able to whoop General Zedd's ass so handily like that? Why?
Because he was a leader. He was a general.
But that's General Zedd. I don't get that.
Well, he was over him.
In the army?
Yeah.
But I thought General Zedd was the man in the army.
He was the lead. He was the lead of the army, but his father was a bigger, important person in the.
But that's like saying the president can kick his general's ass.
But his father was part of the whole. Yeah, they kind of like went into him being one of the generals and shit before him.
Okay, because that still it didn't come off as like. It just didn't leave a good impression with me as to him being that.
Yeah.
So that kind of threw me off, but it was cool. They was fighting and stuff, whipped his ass. They had the part where I understood more now of the Codex, because before I kind of like lost that plot thread.
I agreed with that too. Like before, I wasn't really paying attention to that.
So now I understand what the skull was. I understand the baby chambers. I understand they explain that movie. It has one thing going for it, is that maybe that's Zack Snyder's style when directing, but they had many a scene where they did not leave you in the dark.
Yeah.
That movie explained everything. If you didn't understand something, it was probably because you zoned out, because they explained everything.
They tried to explain it way too much.
So that's the thing. Not bad and not good, but I noticed that. So there was lots of lore dumps in that movie at different times. So I understood the planet's plight. Here's another thing I didn't understand. I didn't like the way they did it. Was that the General Zedd coming in to take over right as he finished the end of his speech? Zedd storms in.
Yeah,
that seemed too convenient. Also, them sending the troop as the planet's dying.
Yeah.
Because when this is the part where it's like, no, there's no time lapse in between, because as soon as it's done, they show the wife grieving, and that's it. Yeah. It's over. A lot of that thread didn't make sense. Why would you sentence this rogue general who just tried to usurp everything to go to another dimension to serve a prison sentence where he's gonna live?
Yeah.
He's not gonna come back to a planet, but he's gonna live. Why don't you just let him die on the planet?
That's true.
That makes zero sense to me. That's a weird way to execute somebody. So them hurrying up the story of the destruction of Krypton with them putting Zedd in the thing. Now, I could ask you, Merc, do you know if in the storyline is that more accurate or less accurate?
No, it's less. Towards the comic and shit is less accurate. But what they did was Zedd was right all along. So when he pretty much was trying to get to take over the imprison Russell Crowe's character and shit like that, it was because he knew the planet was dying and General Zod was trying to stop it.
Yes.
So pretty much when when they imprisoned them for doing what they did and everything like that, the last scene of Superman's mother was Zod was right, and that's when everything blew up.
This is true.
So
but they don't explain why they put them in there. Was that?
Well, that was their prison. Those are just their prison in general. Their
but
prison
again,
was
doesn't
the
make
Phantom
sense to
Zone.
imprison somebody when the planet's gonna die. He's gonna outlive.
To them, like Crow did know the planet was dying, but the rest of them did not know the planet was dying.
I just don't understand why. Like, it's almost immediate till the thing starts shaking up.
Yeah.
How could you not see the damage to the planet beforehand? It's like, how do you turn a blind eye? It's kind of like today.
Yeah.
When bad things happen and people go, I don't know why that happened. Yeah. Motherfucker, you know why it happens. You just don't want to own up to it.
So I feel that scene, it was supposed to take place after everything. It's supposed to have some time in between.
Like I felt that was all rushed. It was like, he was right, and you meet your doom immediately.
Yeah.
Like that was conveniently resolved very quickly.
Yeah.
That part I didn't like too much, but again, there was no loops, there was no holes. I'm not left wondering. So again, to the movie's credit, I'm still on track with the knowledge. I'm not confused. So then we go into basically Baby Clark.
Yeah.
And then we go to, the thing hitting the planet, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we know the kids find them.
Yeah.
They make that clear. Then we go to Clark in school.
Yeah.
Did they do the baby? I'm forgetting because they didn't do the baby tractor thing, right? They didn't do an homage to that.
No.
I feel like they should have did that at least.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that would have been another thing to endear you to the character. But like, I like how they made it apparent that it was growing pains with being, being Superman.
Yeah.
That shit freaked him out, caused him anxiety, and that was a thing that happened to him. I guess maybe that day was supposed to be the day the powers manifested.
Yeah.
So, because the teacher didn't seem to understand why he was doing that, because it wasn't familiar to her.
Yeah.
So he did not have a pattern of freaking out. So they show you when they manifest, which is, I like that. Okay. So you see as a kid, this is when he got the X-ray vision and he started hearing things, blah, blah, blah. And then you see the connection between him and his mother. So that's one of the things I really like is, like, to the movie's credit, it really builds up on the characterizations for everybody. They show you the bond between Clark and his mother. They show you the struggle of a kid having godlike powers.
Yeah.
In one instance. Then they go to the him being what was it? He was a man.
Yeah.
On the
fishing rig.
That's right. Was the oil rig before he started doing the daydream, or was the oil rig before the school bus?
No, the oil rig was before the daydream. Like the oil rig, it went to the school bus because he got knocked out. He was in the water, and that's when he had the school bus in his head again.
Okay, the oil rig, I like that part.
It was a good part. It was the first time you actually see him actually doing some feats of Superman, and pretty much he's saving an oil rig that's getting destroyed. And he did also save the dude that, like, there was a cage that almost fell on him, and the dude just saved his ass, like, oh, pay attention more and shit like that. Even though that cage probably wouldn't even hurt him, but still, he had to
make himself seem human.
But yeah, then you had that. Then you had pretty much him saving everyone from the oil rig, and then after that, you see him like kind of like unconscious. But him going, and then it goes back into. They do a lot of like flashbacks into his head and shit like that. So it goes into one of the key things was the flashbacks.
Yeah, I was gonna say they give you that. So again, the movie makes sure to give you context for everything. Yeah. Nothing is a surprise. It's just whether or not you like what they show you.
Yeah.
So when you get to the oil rig is one of my favorite parts of the movie. I thought that was cool.
It was done well.
He just rips the door off and he's just standing there on fire.
Yeah.
Like a part of me loves the character of Superman because he's a humanoid character that doesn't have to bend to the wills to the rules of the planet.
Yeah.
You just see him just there. He's just a dude, like, and the look on the firefighter, the rig worker's face is just like, what the fuck? There's a man on fire standing in front of me. I can't believe this shit. But that's one of the things I like that they get over in this movie really well. Is just like when you see him do something, it's astounding.
Yeah.
It was already to that part of the movie. It was better at conveying Superman than Superman Returns, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, even though he saved people in that gigantic plane, I didn't feel enough Superman in that movie. And already I felt more Superman in this movie. I don't know. It just felt really strong to me. And then they go into the school bus.
Yeah.
Again, another cool thing. Building up why he is who he is. Building up the fact that you see throughout his life he's done heroic things. I would also say, though, he's kind of like one of the kids that has the worst luck in the world.
Yeah.
How many kids have ended up being in a school bus crash that go off a bridge, and then the tornado part with his pops is like, you don't have these shit. Bad stuff happens to you.
Yeah.
It follows you. What's up with that? That's probably the only thing I think that felt contrived was the father scene.
So I feel like the father scenes had to be something more important. The fact that it kind of lays the story out for the end of the movie. Like you have to show. Oh, I'm telling you not to do this because to be a good man, to do this, to do that, to show morale. To show morality and then why he doesn't do the certain things he does and things like that. So all these things with Kevin Costner's character and shit like that, his father and everything like that, kind of builds up into that end scene.
I get it, but it still felt contrived to do it. That felt so unrealistic.
No, they had to. Yeah, it felt contrived because they kind of had to explain why he wouldn't do what he did. But he still did it.
Oh, he did it. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It doesn't really.
But it had to be more drama to it, and why he just did it. And
I still don't think it had to be his father. It should have been something because again, his father had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Why? I don't get that. That's such a hard rewrite.
Yeah.
At that age too, like they go through the time periods of his age. So I think it looks like he's at least in his 20s. I guess Henry Cavill was in his 20s, right?
30s.
Oh, he's in his 30s?
Yeah, he said he said he was in his 30s.
33 years. He worked 33 years, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When he's Superman, he's 33. But like
Yeah.
Henry Cavill is like in his 20s in that movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, the time when the father scene happens, he's probably like early 20s.
Yeah.
He's in high school. I think he's out of high school. But it's just like that's not even the and I know movies have to take liberties. Trust me, I understand. You're building a universe. You're gonna do it your own way. There could have been another way, another person for him to lose to make it because it's just such a strong story of that's not how his father died in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, they should have had like his father dying like in a fire, like saving people from a fire kind of thing to show the morale of why he should be the way he is.
I don't think they should have killed his father like that at all.
Like a self-sacrifice kind of thing. If you're gonna kill him, at least have him do it like a self-sacrifice.
Yeah, but even that whole like I'm just saying that tornado scene, that was just like that was stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not self-preservation. You save a dog over that's not right. There's no world where you save the dog over your own human life on the planet Earth. That's not right.
I do.
You would get swept up for a tornado to save a dog? All right, brother, you be a superhero.
I'll take a dog over him.
I'm gonna be on the rooftops like Night Stalker. I'm gonna hit motherfuckers in the face with what's those little sticks that Daredevil has?
The Billy Club?
Yes, I'm gonna shoot billy clubs at people. And if your dog is in a fire, that's too bad. Your dog's going down. But listen, I will give it its due. It was an impactful scene, and after watching it again, it makes sense. That here's the thing that I know that scene definitely puts into perspective is that Clark has is a strong person of principle.
Yeah.
That's the thing I know. So with the way he did not go and save his father when he could have been killed, thus exposing himself and knowing that he had to wait for the time, because he says it right after the scene. He says, "I know I had to wait.
Yeah.
I had to watch my father die because he said I had to wait. The time wasn't right, right?"
Yeah.
Because he was a man of principle, it does make him killing Zod make sense, because the principle is, if you don't, what will happen?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could think of, is just like, there will be no peace.
Yeah.
So things are in place. You don't have to like it. I don't dislike it. Again, my problems with the way he died, or them having to do the death of the father, when it really shouldn't have happened that way. That's my problem with it. But you did it, what you showed me in the movie. Okay, I'm fine with that. So I was never really a person that had a problem with him killing Zod anyway.
Yeah.
Because again, I kind of like understood. It was like, he made it 100% clear that it wasn't going to end.
Yeah. I want to keep attacking. I want to keep coming.
Let's also remember, this is in a beginning stages of building a universe. There is no prison for villains like that.
Yeah.
You can't just handcuff Zod.
People laugh.
It's like putting an atomic bomb with legs in custody.
Yeah.
That has the will to blow up when it wants to. You can't just stop it.
Yeah. And he was just getting all the powers in the Earth too. So it was like, okay, you're just setting him up.
So okay, but to go in order. So from the oil rig scene, was it the bus?
Yeah.
Then we got to the drifter.
Yeah.
That worked at the diner.
Yeah.
Again, they have another set of circumstances where you see his character.
Yeah.
The guy bullying the waitress, and then starts bullying him, and he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Touches him and like tries to push him and bounces off of him, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then he mangles the guy's truck again, like showing character. Like he's gonna not just mash a human, but if you're an asshole,
don't fuck up your truck
and get some type of justice from Superman. Again, like there's something to that, and I guess it's just building character. That's what those things did. Like I could not sit here and say that you don't know who Superman is by the time you get to till he puts the suit on. You just know what type of dude he is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, up until that part, that was okay. So we got Drifter Superman. We have him leaving the job, mangling the truck. From there, he's already in Alaska. So
hitchhiking.
He's hitchhiking.
Why is he hitchhiking?
From there, they introduce Lois.
Yeah. Because
she's but okay. I don't remember. Did they explain him how he got hit the job as a cameraman, as an assistant to the guy?
Who?
The guy when he's on, because remember they introduced Lois, and then she's coming out of the helicopter.
Yeah.
And Clark is working for that guy that she's there to meet.
Oh, okay.
Did they explain how Clark is working for that guy?
No.
That was just another one of his jobs. Okay. But then it also established that soon of him being the Drifter. Yeah. So he's the one that takes her out. She says, "Thanks, big guy." They do a little funny thing where he's like, "Oh, he'll grab your stuff," and then she goes, "Be careful, that's heavy." And you just see all the bags just dangling off of him, and he's looking like, "What?"
Yeah.
So then they explain. They kind of give you again. They explain. They explain why Lois is there. They explain the guy is a little nervous about meeting her because she's with something called the 1st Battalion, I think it is.
Yeah, which is Guardian.
So she's got a connection to the military.
Yeah.
So they established that, and that's important for later on in the movie why certain things go down the way they do.
Yeah.
Again, then let's see. Shortly after that, they have the site out there with the ship.
Yeah.
So
they detected that the ice was like a certain age and where everything was at.
Yeah, they said 18,000 years.
Yeah.
The what's the ship's name? Did they say?
I forgot. I don't know the name of the ship.
Because what was it? It was the Fortress of Solitude, but in this movie, it's basically the ship, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get that there's an excavation for the ship, but they stumble into the ship. Was it that she was trying to get in and he followed her?
He went in first. She followed him.
He followed him, and then that explains the point where
he put the crest inside the machine.
Yeah. But I remember when she came in, she had the camera because she was trying to you see her put the camera up first.
Yeah.
Which is another thing I like about this movie is that it does have small attentions to detail, because you can see she's afraid to go inside. She puts the camera up to look inside.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's actually kind of smart. Before that was the part with the robot, the little sentry, I guess.
Yeah.
He took the key out, and to put it in, he got it into the mechanism, and then the sentry attacked him to try to stop him from doing it. He shrugs it off, and then puts it in, and then starts the whole process. That's when she pops up the ramp, comes in, gets hit. And this is where they have a moment, and it's kind of interesting when you think about it. But I kind of like the way they did this, and for the reason when the robot hits her, it gashes her side. He says he doesn't say bleed out. Here's the thing. He said, I gotta listen to it. He says you're gonna bleed. He doesn't say bleed out.
Yeah.
But he says you're gonna bleed if I don't cauterize the wound.
Yeah.
And you get this bonding between them, because he basically not really saved her life, but saved her life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He kind of burned the cut and shit, so she won't bleed anymore and shit.
It tells her it's gonna hurt. They hold hands and blah blah blah. He's the heat vision on it to cauterize it. So again, that's a moment. That's kind of like a little traumatic moment shared between the two of them. So already have a bond already.
Yeah.
I like that. So
I so one of my big issues with this movie is the chemistry between Lois and Superman. I think they had terrible chemistry.
So what do you mean?
They just I don't know. They just felt off when they were on screen together.
See, I always felt they didn't have the romantic chemistry, but they felt like they had a bond because just purely off of she started to more realize what type of dude Superman was.
Yeah.
From the moment he saved her, it seemed like she became less to be honest, to me, she had a more natural reaction to being around an alien.
Yeah.
You're not just gonna be like, oh, I trust you as a human, I'm just gonna fall in love with you.
Yeah.
But she did. From the moment she met him, he helped her.
Yeah.
Almost every scene, he helps her in some small way.
I was like, yo, just stay your ass home.
It's not a little thing, every time she does something, he's helping.
Yeah.
He's helping, and it kind of builds and builds and builds. But I will at least say it for the because I don't know, I didn't feel that it was awkward between them, but I do feel that it had more of a natural take on it.
Yeah, I just felt the just chemistry of them talking to each other and shit like that. It just felt boring. It was just
now boring. See, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. No. See that I
Yeah.
can't. That's just preference.
Yeah.
I can't, say that's wrong or right. That's just how you felt about them. But I did get the sense that at least they from what they showed me in the movie.
Yeah.
They built moments between them. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Slowly. All right.
So this is the first time you see Superman in the suit too.
Yes, because he gets the full explanation from the father.
Yeah.
I appreciate the way they do the technology.
Yeah.
Where they just have the technology where the fucking hologram can just tell you everything.
Yeah.
Talk to you in the present tense and everything. So, all right.
I was fine with that. It kind of had a comic and comic book cartoon elements into it, because he could go to the past and talk to people from the past with the Kryptonian shit. So I was fine with that. It brought that kind of feel to from what I saw from the cartoons and shit.
So yes, I like that. I like the aesthetics of the way the ship and what was did they say what those things were called? The little floating things that could make the background and stuff that look like it was made out of silver balls or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know the name.
Silver sand.
Yeah.
Scott Steiner is not like Man of Steel. Wait a second.
No. Yeah, I forgot the name of those things.
But he's but again, there's a lot of like nice like again, I go back and see the movie. It might not be people's favorite movie, but people hated this movie.
Yeah.
Like they expressed audible just hate. I know most of it comes from the end, which again, if you're a lifelong Superman fan, you could be mad at him killing somebody. I get that.
Yeah.
But people then just turned on the entire movie and was like, this movie wasn't like terrible.
Nah, I thought for overall, I thought the movie was one of the better DCU stuff. But then again, I explained to you before, I felt like it was not supposed to be, originally it was not supposed to be part of the DCU.
Yes.
And I feel like this one gets a connection to it because of what they went through after this movie and the direction they did. Instead of this one, I thought it was originally supposed to be part of the Dark Knight series. And this is how you were going to bring Superman into the Dark Knight area. That's the reason why it had more of a realistic feel to the movie and a more realistic like take to his powers and how everything kind of went about the way it did.
Yeah. I definitely got that.
Yeah.
It felt like it was part of something continuing almost.
Yeah.
But especially as you get towards the end and we get to the obvious cameos and whatnot, you see that, but it feels like this was a part of a bigger thing from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I get that. So continuing on, if you want to, from where we were on the ship.
Yeah.
So he gets a suit. He gets the information of who he is, what he is.
Yeah.
Also, they do make a point that I think is also very important because of the way Kryptonians were living for that long period of time. It's important to note that he is the first, natural birth Kryptonian. Yeah. And like however many generations or whatever. But he's like he's rare. Yeah. That's the other thing about him. Here's some of the Jesus stuff, because that whole scene basically I equated his father to God and him to Jesus because of the way they were. The message was, you're greater, you have to be a force for good, you have to show them the way, help guide them, not let them fall, do the same thing that Krypton did. So there's kind of you're my only son, I'm sending you here to guide them, and that's where you get that instant Jesus comparison. So I see it, and like you said, it wasn't overt there, but later on in the movie there are some images and slow motions, especially like when him flying and certain things, like where he's like, this is all right, this is a lot of symbolism, I don't but this is where it starts. From there, that's when Lois is going to expose everything, and you get Lawrence Fishburne as Perry White, and he's telling her, no, there's no chance in hell I'm printing an alien story. That's a key thing, because that's like a big plot point, because in the not very short future, aliens show up. So then Zedd and the homies show up from space because they were looking for him. He said he spent 33 years in space or whatever. Like, he gives the explanation to Superman after the fact. But so basically you see Zedd, the craft that they were in, appear in the sky. The power goes out, and then the message comes on the TV, and he's basically saying he's looking for Kal-El. He's hiding among you. He's trying to blend in with you. Please, but he's still being Zedd. This is not a peaceful request. This is a threat. He's like, you either bring him out or take too long. We're gonna kill everybody. But then you find out Clark is sitting at home with his mom's. He gets the message. She sees it in the sky. They don't even see it on TV. They're out of the city. So he's watching like a baseball game or a basketball game, some sports game. I think football. Outside, he looks up, and then they see it. And then that basically starts, like, I guess, like the second, maybe third act of the movie. Where it initiates the conflict between Zod and Superman. At first he seems to be it doesn't take too long for him to turn, but at first he's more of like I'm glad to have you aboard. You're one of us.
Yeah.
And then almost immediately, once he acclimates, once they take Lois up in the ship and Zod comes down, they meet with him and his first general. I think it is the lady. Was her name Farah?
Yeah, the chick. Yeah.
Farah. I think his name was like Farah, right?
I don't know names. I'm fucking terrible.
I think it's FAO.
It's probably Farah.
Something like that. Farah or something like that.
I'm terrible.
And she gives the mask to Lois, and she explains again. They explain why she needs the mask. So again, it's another piece. The movie explains everything to you. So they go on the ship. This is them initially getting there, but they keep this thing about the Kryptonians that haven't acclimated secret because it provides an environment inside of the ship for them to be used to. So you get up there, they meet Zod, and almost immediately Superman starts like feeling like it looks like it's deathly ill. Yeah, bleeding from his mouth and whatnot, and almost immediately Zod goes from being like a friendly ally to the evil rat that he is. Yeah. And like, at least he's consistent.
Yeah, at least he's consistent. Yeah.
There was no point at which you think, oh, this guy's good. Yeah. So, they have that. They have the explanation of what happened to Superman when that happens to him, he immediately blanks out to another thing that happens to him. Yeah. And again, more character building. So, what did you think up to there? Because this is mostly me talking, but what did you think up to that point?
From that point, I think again they were telling a good story with just the environment of Superman, and it kind of actually opens up to the them being on the ship, having a different environment, and them being outside the ship. Kind of explains the face mask they've been wearing and things like that, and why they Superman's not wearing a face mask, but they are, and that it kind of shows in that sense. Is the fact that it kind of showed Superman learning how about his powers and everything as well, of him like being able to do the fire in his eyes, him trying to learn how to fly and jumping first and things like that. It all kind of little by little it all came out. It didn't all come out at once.
That's true.
So it kind of explained that in that sense, the fact that this like General Zod, and then I like the fact that General Zod was just like, yo, if you don't do this shit, I'm gonna kill you. As simple as that. He's straight to the point. Like, yo, we're gonna make this our new Krypton. That's pretty much what the plan was, to make it the new Krypton.
And he has that nightmare. Yeah. With the skulls. Yeah. He sinks to the mountain of skulls. Like, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So
that was probably the most comic book moment in the movie. It was just like, that's just unrealistic. God damn. Yeah. But that's evil.
Yeah. Sheesh. I think they did a good job, especially with Zod. I think Zod was one of my favorite characters in this movie because of the whole, just how much.
That guy's a good actor.
Yeah, he's a good actor, but not just how ruthless he was too. He didn't even fuck.
And he got it across though. This movie does one thing I will give him mega credit for. It is characterizing the characters. Yeah. You know Zod, you know his father, you know Superman, you know a bit of Lois, you actually know a bit of Perry White. Yeah. Like the characters they want you to get to, you know that general guy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like there's characters obviously they want you to know, but you rarely in this movie get a character that's like, who the hell is this guy and why are they on the screen for more than X amount of scenes? Yeah. The characters they want you to know, they will let you know things about them. Yeah. And again, this adds up to another huge reason why Superman had to kill him. Because if he had that vision of all those dead people in his nightmare, you gotta stop him. Yeah. By any means necessary. It's just like, it's fucked up, but again, they painted the picture of Zod is not gonna stop until everybody's dead. Yeah. So again, it's pushing towards this huge like point. He almost seemed more ruthless than like just a majority of villains in most movies. Yeah. Period.
I think he was ruthless, but I think he was more caring to his kind and the people that he had following him more than anyone else, because he didn't give a fuck about Earth. He just wanted his people to have something, pretty much.
Yes.
And that's the way it has to be.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, exactly. So I dig that about it, and I think that's what I liked about this movie was that I think the characters was a strong point. The villains were a strong point in this character.
Mm-hmm.
And it also helped build Superman to what he was. It kind of helped him develop better as in characteristics and why he did not side with them and things like that.
Yes. The conflicting advice he got from both of his fathers, telling him, "Yo,
stop your shit.
Don't be evil.
Yeah.
But watch out for Zedd. Excuse me, because he's gonna get you."
Sorry. So we go in more into that he escaped.
Mm-hmm.
Because of Lois. Lois helps him escape.
The father, because I think it's the key.
Yeah, the key makes his father kind of like a realistic thing and is able to do things. So he helped Lois escape to help Superman escape.
And he explains it to her. And not for nothing, again, you have to remember that the picture they're trying to paint is that this is a world that has never seen superheroes.
Yeah.
We know that later on we know that this is a world where superheroes exist on a certain level, but nobody's ever seen men from space
on this side of the river.
Yes, like so. You're right. But the thing is, so the way Lois reacts to it, where she's freaking out when she has to get in the pod and stuff, like it makes sense.
Yeah,
you're just a person. I know nothing about alien ships, and I have to listen to this hologram. How do I even know I'm seeing this for real? Like, there's a whole lot of things going on.
Yeah,
kind of convey that, and I get that. And the only thing, okay, here's a scene after that I have a little bit of trouble with. When Superman saves Lois, he punches the pod.
Yeah,
he doesn't just rip the door off. You see him like rear up and punch it, and I'm like, but she's in there.
Yeah,
that didn't make sense to me. It just looked odd. I get that he probably didn't really do anything except pull, but he did. They show him pull the door off.
Yeah.
But still, when you look at the front of the pod and how far her face is from the glass, it's like she's right there.
Yeah, he should have punched her in the face.
He would have killed her.
Yep, he should have died. I think Lotus died.
There's little things like that. It's like, that's not consistent.
Like, yeah, you know what? I think what they tried, right? So the way he looked like he punched her. But I think he punched the side and ripped the thing off.
That's what again, I'm saying.
It looked like he was punching
what
the
happened.
face.
You can see it because of the scene. Because again, I bring it up because I watched the scene, and the media was like keeping track of it and look at the scene after. I was like, I get it. It's just it was funny to me. It looked like he punched the thing.
Yeah.
But he saves her from the falling pod, and which is I don't understand why he had to wait so long. I get that there's a point where you can't grab a human, you don't want to Gwen Stacy her.
Yeah.
But he's Superman, he can fly. Why did he? Because he already had learned how to fly.
Yeah.
It's not out of nowhere. I don't understand why he had to fall almost completely in the fire, turn around with the cape and all that, and then that was too dramatic. Clark, you being an asshole.
Yeah. You need the steal shots. That's what Zack Snyder loves. Those steal shots.
He was styling right there. I don't know why Superman was styling.
Yeah, he needed those still shots. He needed those things. And he does that in all his movies. So I was like, okay, I understand. That's more Zack Snyder than to make sense in the movie.
But again, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
so that's more of my takeaway from this movie. Is I like Zack Snyder stuff less than I like the story that was put here.
Yeah,
story and everything presented to me was great. It made sense. I rock with it. But there's a lot of again, the close-up, tight end shots, some of the weird Jesus symbolism. It's just like
the destroying of Smallville and them fixing themselves in a year,
and then the loopholes. Yeah,
things like that kind of annoyed me because I was like, yeah, Smallville. I doubt they have a big budget for fixing shit.
Yeah.
And then Metropolis got destroyed as well, and it's like, yo, and then there's a lot of things questioning just the scenes and how they were made, and I understand his take on the scenes is just seeing the dramatics of the people's faces of him saving and things like that, but it's like, yeah, but y'all dying of lung cancer. That's
there's a lot of inconsistent stuff that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
at all. So, okay, we're going from the pod scene. He saves Lois from the pod, and. Yep. This is when they come down to fight.
Yep.
The next scene is a Smallville fight.
Yep, and then he fights Farah and that big motherfucker.
I like it.
I like the scene.
I loved it. Like this was how you did Superman. Was just like they're fighting. I can't see shit. It was kind of like one of the best interpretations of what I would call a Dragon Ball fight.
Yeah, I agree. I thought Dragon Ball the whole time too.
Yeah, it's like the sense of speed that they can move at, and the force that they generate when they move. It would look like that to the naked eye. Watching them zip around, it was just like what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then you see the impact, and I like the way they did the impact of everything. I love how the Farah, she was going around whooping everybody's ass.
Yeah.
Like it was just cool.
Especially the Guardian. She was trying to kill the Guardian the whole fucking movie. Like she did not like him whatsoever. Because from Maloney.
Because he was talking shit when he first saw her.
Yeah. He's like, I hate you.
That's true.
And then if you don't know who the Guardian is, he lines up becoming a superhero like down the road, but not in the movie, but in comics in general.
Okay.
He's a Supergirl. Like you actually see the character in Supergirl.
Same actor?
No.
Okay. It's just the character.
Yeah, the character Guardian
as well.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So like you get a lot of the that fight seems probably. I think that was one of my favorite scenes in the movie. It's just how the fight. It reminded me so much of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, me too.
And I was like, all right, this is a Superman fan. But I felt bad for fucking Smallville. Like, you destroyed the whole fucking city.
You're right.
Like, they don't got no power. They got no water. Y'all destroyed all the toilets.
Here's the thing. One thing that bothered me was just that it just didn't seem like Superman learned his lesson.
Yeah.
Like, the Smallville fight didn't teach him anything for the end of the movie.
Yeah.
But I will say, again, I feel like this was a moment to kind of bring something to him to that end fight, because again, I think this added to, you see the destruction there in Smallville, and then when we get to Metropolis and we see the destruction, he knows he's got to end it.
Yeah.
Because Metropolis is so much bigger.
Yeah.
Sure that a lot of it gets fucked up, but it's like a section. It's like if he wiped Manhattan off the map, but you still have Brooklyn, Queens, all that.
Yeah.
But the part he destroyed was Midtown.
Yeah.
So it's like he knows if he doesn't stop the destruction in Midtown, it's gonna spread.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Smallville taught him a lesson, even though things got fucked up, because he's like, I see what you're doing. I have to stop you.
Yeah.
So, again, the movie does, in my eyes, that part, it was like, at least it's a teaching moment for Superman. It was terrible, but it's a teaching moment.
Like, don't hold... No.
Again, it's the first time.
So, like, going a little ahead of myself, but, like, towards the ending of the movie and stuff like that, what should have happened? The city should have had a bill. Here's Superman.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
You're right. You're Superman. You're right.
Unless you're gonna fix it your damn self, you're paying for this shit.
Because that's one thing that the Marvel Universe is set up quickly.
Yeah.
You guys can't be fucking the city up.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the things that when the alien invasion happens and when all the destruction of what was it, Midtown and all that, and the aliens invade and buildings get blown up and Hulk punching giant things in the sky and they fall on the ground and whatnot, and they gotta clean everything up. It's not long where it's like, y'all can't be doing this shit.
Yeah.
But I will also say this was the first movie.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of got to give him a pass, because everything is a first. That's the only reason I kind of was like, I can't be as mad, because one, he's still a rookie.
Yeah.
This is not Superman after he's been on they never do it. That's one thing I kind of give them credit for. They don't do a time lapse into the future of this is suddenly a hardened, wizened Superman. This is pretty much after he gets the suit.
Yeah. So
like, once he learns how to fly, stuff starts like popping off.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a rookie.
Yeah.
So I kind of can't hold too much against him because he's a rookie.
Yeah.
I kind of can't hold the destruction of Metropolis because he doesn't know how yet to contain
superpowered.
So with Smallville, it's showing you he's just trying to stop him,
Yeah.
and it's just gonna get blown up. So
Yep. They blew up everything.
Again, a very cool scene. I really like that part of the movie. And this is kind of where I fell off from this one. So you gotta work
So
with me,
he after this, he pretty much it's pretty much the fight's going towards Metropolis, and I think they were getting chased by a spaceship. The spaceship was chasing them and things like that, and you saw Superman like break through the spaceship. And
Okay.
fully destroy that one, and then the whole big scene of everything that goes into Metropolis, and then this is the big fight between General Zod and Superman. But
so this is the final. This is getting to the final act.
yeah,
basically.
this is getting to the final act, and then you see pretty much you see like the army and everything like that, kind of like saying like Superman is on our side, and you kind of like you're on our side, thank you, and things like that. So they kind of have that thing after the big fight in Smallville. Moving forward to that, they did pretty much, I think it was another scene with Lois Lane. Like they were in a spaceship and shit like that. They were trying to outrun the one that General Zod was chasing them with.
Okay.
And that's when they blow the shit up. She falls out. Superman catches her, and then saves her, puts her on the side. Then he goes right through the spaceship and shit like that. And that's when General Zod and him started to fight. And they just fucking destroyed the whole Metropolis. Like their fight just went. It was just like another DBZ fight, but it was just like breaking cities and breaking the buildings and everything like that. They broke down. It looks like they broke down the whole Daily Planet, because those are the ones that are still there. You kind of saw like that last moment thing. Also, is the fact that one of the reporters was stuck inside of a thing, and they were all trying to save her. And that was the one scene that you see Superman actually save someone else besides Lois.
Gotcha.
Just saying, you just saved Lois, dude.
It's true. Also, with the fight scene, they give you the information of, like you said before, that Zod is not fully powered yet.
Yeah, he started getting his powers here and there. Like he got weakened, and then he started getting the fire in his eyes and things like that.
Yeah, that was cool. I thought that was like seeing him awaken to the powers.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Their fight scene was great. Like I think the dramatics of just his speech towards Kal-El and all that things too kind of made sense in the roundup of this movie. And just telling him like straight out, like, yo, this ends with one of us. If not, like, everything is going to end if you don't do anything about it, kind of thing. Like, you have to take the extra step. If not, it's going to keep happening. I'm going to destroy this world no matter what. This is going to be the new Krypton no matter what.
Yes.
So one of the big scenes, which I think triggered a lot of controversy because of it, was Superman cracking his neck.
Yes. When he's about to laser the one family.
Yeah. So I found it funny when it hurt. I giggled a little. I'm sorry, Zod. I giggled a little because all I heard is all I thought was Metal Gear when you go.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
So that's what I heard, and that's what made me laugh. But the scene was, I think the scene made Superman like really, like, after he did it, he had a lot of remorse on why he did it.
Yeah, I mean, again, he screamed his ass off when he did it. He didn't want to do it, but
he had to.
I give them props for writing, because here's the thing about Superman, is that people get mad and say, oh, he doesn't kill. But who's the one that wrote a story where he has to?
Yeah.
That's the thing. They wrote a story that's... Okay. The one thing I do appreciate about this movie is that it doesn't live in fantasy land.
Yeah.
If you bring supervillains to the real world, they're going to put you in a position where peace is not always the option. In the real world, there are people who want to hurt people, sure. And whether or not you talk to them calmly is not going to stop them.
Yeah.
In the real world, if somebody wants to do something and you don't stop them, and it's a violent, dangerous thing, and they're crazy enough to do it,
yeah,
they're gonna do it. You can't just put them in jail, because jail can't. Again, I stress this. the universe is in its infancy. There is no Supermax prison. There's no what's the one they call for? No, was it Blackgate?
Yeah.
There's no Blackgate. There's none of that. You
Yeah.
cannot hold Zod.
When this movie came out, you hadn't again like without me watching Batman, Superman, things like that. Before this movie came out, there was nothing. Originally, we thought this was going to be connected to Dark Knight. Even then, you only had Arkham Asylum, and other than that, like there was not really nothing to really hold something like that.
So, Merc, my question to you is, if people had their way, what do you even think they would have had an explanation for to contain Zod?
You know what? I think how they did it, they had to do it the way they did because you didn't introduce Lex Luthor in this sort of movie. Lex Luthor would be the only one to have the technology to fucking capture him and keep him.
They only introduced LexCorp.
They introduced LexCorp, but not him
They didn't
himself.
introduce the character himself. Yes,
Exactly. And then he didn't have nothing to do with the movie in that sense, so there was no one that has that caliber of technology to be like, hey, we can capture him. Because they don't even know about Superman.
The other thing is, if I'm correct,
Yeah.
Superman never masters kryptonite, never masters handling kryptonite, does he?
No.
In this movie,
No.
it's like this is like Batman Year One where he pissed his pants. This is Superman Year One. We had to kill Zod.
Yeah.
The only realistic way that Superman could ever kill anybody that's from Krypton, beat anyone from Krypton is with kryptonite,
Yeah.
because he could then weaken him and himself to a level where the human authorities could take care of him.
Yeah.
There's
But
no
then-
kryptonite for
But
Zod.
he would have had like stab him with the kryptonite too, and he would have had to handle it. Like because the kryptonite has to be in a blood source in order for it to fully weaken them. Like, they'll get weak by it, but for him to stay where he's at, it has to be like
Change him.
duct tape to his chest.
That's what I'm saying. So, but again, they have not established this in this world.
No,
There's
not.
no kryptonite, which is the magic bullet.
So I think the way it had it end is the way it ended, and I think it was fine. I actually liked the ending. I thought it had the dramatic scene. It had a good actor as Zod. And I think through this whole movie, I actually really listened to what Zod had to say and just how really ruthless he was. So no matter what, he was gonna keep coming until he fucking killed him. If he's not gonna kill him,
Too.
that was gonna be correct. That was gonna be Krypton. Simple as that.
Yes, he was an honest villain too.
Yeah.
There was no sneaky nothing. Nah, man, he had a plan.
And honestly, I don't think he was that much of like a diabolical villain. It's just the fact that your dad did me wrong.
Yeah,
Your dad did the world wrong. I want to fucking live in a world of my own. I don't want these people here. These people are parasites. I don't want them here. I want our own people there. So I understand Zod's side of things. Like, he has a clear, like, freaking reason why he's doing everything. And honestly, I don't think it's so super villainy either. He has the survivors of Krypton that need a place to stay.
Yep,
And they were followers. They believed in his word.
you're right.
So I like that whole scene. I like the ending of it. I thought the movie was a good one. It was a good movie. Besides the little shit and nitpicks I'm giving, like the fucking like them having cancer because all that fucking building debris and all that shit.
Yeah, nobody got what's that, mesothelioma?
Yeah, and also like just how fast everything got rebuilt again.
Well, with Smallville, that's one. See, here's another thing that could have explained these things away. If they had made it 100% clear that we got anonymous donations from Wayne something Wayne,
Yeah,
that would have made more sense.
Or
And
Lex.
especially leading up to the end of the movie.
or Lex.
Ooh, that would be even better.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
I think that was something that was missing, like how, because basically towards the ending, the way the movie ended, he pretty much went to work in Daily Planet.
Yeah.
And it's just him at Clark Kent, and then you see the cheesy smile between Amy Adams and him, like, hey, I'm Superman. I have glasses on, so you don't know. Stupid ass fucking costume. Yo, seriously, Superman, you don't do nothing different to your hair.
Well, don't they say he moves his face
No.
with people he doesn't know though?
No. So
when he's Superman,
So this is my big thing with this movie, and this is the thing with the whole secret identity of Superman. In this movie, he looks exactly the same as a Superman, and he's like that. He acts the same way. He probably is just more quieter and things like that, but he acts the exact same way. And it goes even into Batman vs Superman, just acting the same exact way. As in, at least like in the original Superman, like Christopher Reeves, he was clumsy. He slouched.
Personalities changed.
He did the side hairstyle, and he was just very clumsy, very nervous. He kind of talked in a certain way, and he never like really like stood up and like anything like that. And then when he was Superman, he had the curl, and he was more statured. He talked more heroic. He acted completely different, so that kind of threw you off. This one, he just acted fucking same. He didn't even try.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's true.
So that was my little gifts of it. Like, he didn't even fucking try to act different. It was like, you're just the same fucking thing.
Yeah. But I mean, loopholes aside,
Yeah.
of things like that, of things like the destruction, because again, on second viewing, I can give it a pass because it didn't come out of nowhere. I get it.
Yeah.
Everything made sense. It wasn't like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate that rookie Superman let them destroy the city like that. But it made sense. And basically, upon like reviewing this movie, my stance on it hasn't changed. It's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a very good. I'd say it's a good Superman movie. I say it's not. I don't think it's as good as like the second. No, the first. The first Christopher Reeve movie is the one. Is that the one where they come out of the negative zone, or the second one? I like the second one.
Yeah.
I'm a guy that likes the powered fights, but I can understand the importance of the first Superman movie. But I like the second one better.
Me too.
But if you're gonna put this one in the pantheon, if you will, of Superman movies, I would say it belongs up there. It's fine. Nothing wrong with it.
Of the DU movies, I'll say this is one of the better ones. Again, like I said, I don't like, this is like a half way. Is like I half count it as a DCU movie, and I half don't, because again, this was originally written in the thought of it connecting to Dark Knight, and not the ones that came after it. So its style and how it was approached, it's more understandable in that Dark Knight universe.
Okay.
Like,
so
I
want to do something, Merc. I'm gonna keep track of these.
Okay.
Going through them. I'm gonna have a note file for this. So let's try to grade the movies as we go through them.
Okay.
Specifically for this. So what do you want to use? You want to use letters or you want to use numbers?
I think we can use numbers.
Okay. So my final grade for Man of Steel would be like 3.75. It's not quite what would be considered great, which would be like a 4 or a 4.5, right? But I think it's more than rewatchable.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun, and it has the special effects actually hold up.
A good
that camera angle stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, that pisses me off. It takes me so out of the moments, dude.
So me rewatching it, I haven't watched it since the first time. That was a while ago. So this is the first time I watched it in a long time. Just going honestly by story wise and just how the movie developed. Besides the little things, nitpicks that I kind of got annoyed of, but like the story in general, like the General Zod story and things like that, I really liked it, and I really liked how it ended. I think it made sense for it to end, especially because I know where. Again, I knew it was coming from the Dark Knight kind of style of movie, and not something bigger, because they didn't know what they were going to do after this movie. Originally, it was supposed to be a Man of Steel 2 and not Batman vs Superman.
Man, that's unfortunate that they didn't have a clear roadmap.
Yeah,
because I think everything after it, including the Affleck stuff, would have been so much better served if they went to Batman right after this.
I feel, and that's the thing, and I feel like the fact that the MCU was such ahead of it, I feel like they rushed everything, and I feel like we should have got a Man of Steel 2 before Batman vs Superman. We should have got a Batman movie before Batman vs Superman. I think we should have got at least a clearing of where's Gotham, why these two are going to meet up, what they're doing, and things like that, and have more of a structured thing. So this movie, I felt like it was more towards the Dark Knight universe because it felt like it exists and it kind of exists in that dark world of what Dark Knight made.
It was a dark feeling movie. I'll tell you that much.
And it felt like rain all the time. But I overall, I did like the movie. I thought the movie was good. I thought it had some dry spots. I didn't care for Amy Adams and Harry Carvel's like chemistry in the screen. Like I just like I felt like they were just like, hey, you're cool, and not like really. Like sometimes you feel the romance between people and shit, especially the certain way they look at each other and things like that. This one was just very generic kind of thing, so I didn't really care for it. But other than that, like him as Superman and him just building the movie, I liked. So I give it a 4.
Okay.
I'll give it a 4 just the fact that again, it has some important scenes. Like the General Zod Superman scene was fucking great. I think General Zod was like my big key person in this movie that really like,
he's my favorite character.
that got me. And that's usually the thing. Is usually when you have a good villain, the movie's gonna be good. So
I can see that.
because the villain's gonna have more of the diabolic fucking story that's gonna be interesting, and then the hero is just the one that has to overcome it.
Yes.
So I give it a 4. This was one of the better DCUs that we're gonna be watching, and I think again, I feel like the start of this was awkward because I think it was supposed to be part of the Dark Knight universe and have that kind of style to it, seeing that Nolan and Goyer fucking wrote it. And
oh man, I really feel that the entire everything following this movie was done a disservice by not giving Affleck a Batman movie.
yeah,
I really think that hurt everything after this.
Yeah.
Because it just started to feel like, why? What is this? This makes no sense.
yeah. So that's our verdict of Man of Steel.
Yes. So,
We did a good job of keeping it kind of short. Like we could have been longer, so I'm glad we're not that long.
because again, it was fresh in my mind, so I had everything like mentally prepared to talk about. So yeah, I didn't want to drag on for too much.
I think Batman Superman, I'm gonna have to fucking write notes because that movie's long.
Yeah, this is true.
Hold on. Oh god, that movie. Have you seen that movie?
No.
You never seen it, so this will be your first viewing of it.
Yeah.
I think you should try to find the
most divisive DCU movie.
The extended version of it.
Because I hear most people don't like it, and the ones who love it, they love it.
Yeah. I feel like you should see the extended version because I think you get a different take on the movie, but I feel I don't want to watch it twice. So I like watch one, don't watch the other. Either one you could get. I say watch, but I think the original cut you should just watch. The fact that that's the way originally how they planned the movie to be in theaters, and I think that's way we should watch it, and not what they intended to do with the movie. Because it's only fair because we're judging this by the original cut of the movie. We did the same thing with the MCU. There was no extended cut of Captain America or Winter Soldier. It was just a badass movie. That's the difference. Right. So I feel like the DCUs have a lot of excuses with their movies.
I agree.
So whatever one we watch. I have found the extended cut, which is this will be my second time watching it, so I'll watch the extended cut just so I feel like it's different.
Okay.
So whatever you get a chance to watch, you watch it as well. That'll be the next week's verdict.
Gotcha.
Hopefully it won't be that long because that movie is so long. But we will try to cut it down in size.
Man.
Before we go with these casts, we do have a lot of other news. You had the Final Fantasy VII trailer.
Just check out this Final Fantasy VII trailer.
It was good.
Brand new one just popped off last week. Valentine's Day had a lot of cool things happen.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see. There was Capcom had Street Fighter V Champion Edition. It's not Championship. Champion Edition was released on Valentine's Day. New character Seth came out. Awesome character. That's the final character for the game. If you haven't picked it up, the entire thing is $24.99. Also last week there was a tremendous sale. I'll bring it back up because I think it's still going on. If you want to get the Division 2, Ubisoft 95% off. Okay. Pick up the Division 2 because there's a brand new DLC coming out, expansion for New York City.
Yeah, I saw that.
Now more people are going to be in there. I've been playing it this week. And I'm just about to say, it's actually pretty populated.
If I see you on, I'll probably try to join you. Then I'll play it.
Like low level, or like from like 1 to 7. That's where I'm at now. 7. Mad people are playing it.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying the base game. It's a fun run and gun game that you can be tactical when you have to get to the mission part. So I like it.
That's cool.
You dropped off the teaser. You can bring up the Robert Pattinson teaser.
Yeah.
You get to see the new at least the logo on the suit and the cowl.
Yeah.
As the test is in a red background. It's pretty atmospheric.
Very Daredevil-ish.
Yeah, mad people saying Daredevil.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, draw inspiration from it. He was dope.
The rumors I heard of what the bat symbol is made out of is supposed to be
Yeah,
made
that was
of
what I was about to ask you.
Joe Chill's gun. I think that's a cool thing because eventually in the comic books he did that as well. He melted it as a gun plate and put it into his heart.
Really?
Yeah, so I was cool with that. The suit doesn't look bad. I thought the suit doesn't look bad at all. It kind of reminds me of Bale's suit a little bit.
I was thinking, yes.
I do like the cape, the collar for the cape. Like I don't know, like a lot of people didn't like that. I kind of dig that. It makes the cape looks different.
Everything about it so far looks good, but it gives me more of the sense of it's closer to Bale's suit than any other suit.
Yeah.
So that's the only like real. This looks like this for me. So other than that, I like it.
And then we also didn't see the actual color of it, like what color it's gonna be. You know, it's gonna be a black. You know, it's gonna be kind of a grayish because it's a lighter color on the suit. So maybe when we actually see it like that, like again, Robert Pattinson as Batman, I'm gonna give him the shot. I'm gonna give him a chance, like I did everyone else. He may be good. He may surprise everybody. So give him a shot. I kind of digging Selena Kyle. Lenny Kravitz's daughter is being Selena Kyle because I saw her in the Hot Ones.
Zoe Kravitz?
Yeah, I saw her on Hot Ones, the Buffalo Wing
show. Oh yeah.
And she
looks talking about it?
And right now she looks just like fucking Selena Kyle. She has the short hair and all.
Oh, she went with the whole look.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, she kind of looks like Selena Kyle.
Yeah. All right. She's actually on the cover of something of the Arts and Leisure for Times, like the big ass picture of her.
Yeah, she just has a brand new show on Hulu, the High Fidelity, which is it's a remake.
Fun.
It's a remake of a movie from I forgot the actor's name.
Got some stuff going on. Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
But yeah, they had that, and Championship Edition, the physical edition is $30.
Oh, the physical edition is more? I didn't know that.
The physical edition is $30. To add it onto your game is $25.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which is kind of bullshit because I bought the first 3 seasons.
So if you have Street Fighter 5, just don't buy it physical.
Yeah.
I guess. What else is there? You got anything before we close it out?
Last but not least, GameStop just released a exclusive for the Lightning Collection of Lord Zedd and Rita.
Yep. It looks
Rita looks alright.
I think she looks better than most of the other female faces. Yeah. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, that's true. I don't mind it. I feel like she's going to line up getting her single figure eventually because if you actually look at the original costume, it's gold trim and not silver, and her thing is silver. That's a little thing that I noticed. But I'm mad that it's just plain old fucking Lord Zedd. Like, they didn't really do nothing for that figure to make it unique and me wanting to get a collector's edition for it.
Is it the same figure from
It's the same exact fucking figure.
Wow. Well,
at least chrome him up or something.
So, if you like me, I didn't get him, so maybe that's a reason to try to pre-order.
I'm like, yo, at least chrome him,
right?
like chrome him up or something. Like make him shiny, or maybe make him go, like glow or some shit like that.
Put a little battery inside.
Yeah.
Make his eyes light up.
Yeah.
Like at the planet Earth.
Or make him like glow red.
All right, I'll take that.
Yeah, I think that would be unique. But other than that, it's coming out. It's I think it has an August release. I think again we're gonna have a lot more toy news next week when Toy Fair comes.
They say what it's gonna retail as for?
It's
they don't say
$50.
yet. Okay. How much is the 2 packs? Usually
20, 25, depending on where you buy it.
Okay.
GameStop been raising their prices on the figures, so.
Why am I not surprised?
They usually around $25.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because they're trying to get money that they don't have. Because they're going down, down,
Downtown.
But yeah, so they released that. Again, we're gonna have a shitload of toy news coming up next Saturday. It'll be the 22nd.
Because of Toy Fair, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting to see where we get out of that.
More news to come.
Yep.
So stay tuned next week. Make sure you come back now. Thank you for listening to this episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. Make sure you check us out anywhere and everywhere. RedCycloneInc. That's SoundCloud, YouTube, where you will be able to get these podcasts and the Wrestling Babble. Make sure you check out our Tumblr, our Twitter, our Instagram, and our WordPress. We put up links and stuff. And where can they find you, Merc?
You can find me on all social medias, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Twitch TV, YouTube, and SoundCloud, all Merc with the Mic. Follow me on Facebook with the Wrestling Babble page and the RedCycloneInc page. We're very active on those. And that's about it.
To final message, go see Sonic and play a Yakuza game.
Yes, check out Yakuza 5. I'll talk about that next week.
Yes. All right.